This is the plaintiff, Donald Trella. He says he gave the defendant money to start a food business. She said she'd pay him back and never did. When he asks about the money, she gives him excuse after excuse after excuse, and he's had it with the lies. Bottom line, he wants his hard-earned money returned, so he's suing for $4,200. This is the defendant, Diane Laudano. She says she went into business with the plaintiff, and the money he gave her was an investment to be paid back from revenue generated by the business. She thought they were both working towards the same goal for their joint business, and can't believe it's come to this, a lawsuit. She's accused of not paying back an investor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Donald Trella?
Yes.
You are suing Diane Laudano for $4,200, a balance of a loan that you say you made to her that she refuses to finish repaying. Tell me what's going on.
Well, basically, Your Honor, what happened here I think is pretty simple and straightforward. She had signed a promissory note.
Usually when someone says that, it's anything but simple and straightforward. That's usually like a dead giveaway, that what I am about to hear is a convoluted, very complicated, intricate tale that is going to differ on both sides tremendously. But go ahead. So simple and straightforward. Well, I got it.
From my perspective.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically, she signed a promissory note.
How do you two know each other?
Well, we were introduced by a mutual acquaintance.
Okay. Were you friends? Were you lovers? Were you business people? What was your relationship that you would be loaning her all this money?
Friends.
Friends, okay.
Yes. And Diane is in the, she's got her own catering business, has a commercial kitchen. We were having lunch one day, and I had this idea of creating egg rolls with American ingredients inside, rather than your traditional Chinese egg roll.
Which would have healthy things inside.
We would have Philly steak and cheese,
right.
Southwest chicken, buffalo chicken, that sort of thing.
Right.
So we were talking about that idea, and Diane happened to be in that kind of business, so that kind of brought us together when we were introduced.
So a Philly steak and cheese, but fried all over on the outside.
Really good.
So American. Okay, so go on. That would sell like hotcakes.
Yeah, well, I wish it did.
You wish it did? That sounds like a great idea.
Or maybe we wouldn't be here. So we were just going to, I came from a retail food background and still have some friends in the business. Diane has a lot of restaurant connections as well as some retail food connections. So we just thought that it might kind of work out. We kind of just played with it a little bit.
Sell it where?
In either supermarkets or restaurants or both. Or
all
that
right,
sort of
so
thing.
go on.
Because of our relationship, we became, closer friends. And I think at some point she felt comfortable explaining to me that she had made an unwise business decision, and that was investing $10,000 with a friend of hers that was somehow going to return $20,000 to her 3 months later.
Okay.
Because of that unwise business decision,
what was that about? Don't name the person, but what was that about?
That was the same unwise decision of his that he made with the same person for $6,000. We had
some Ponzi scheme, some pyramid scheme. What's wrong with you people?
We had a mutual Ponzi at us. Yes.
You had a mutual
Ponzi man.
Okay.
Had him and me, and we joined together. And he actually did resolve my situation.
Did he resolve his own?
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
He resolved his own. Well, would you hope he resolved his own before he resolved yours, or I would expect, not hope, but expect. So what ends up happening then? So we'll put that to a side. You get her paid, and you get her paid because you think that that'll help you to get yourself paid.
Exactly.
Because according to you, you loaned her money when? When she was owed money by that guy?
Yes.
Okay, and you loaned her money for what emergency?
It was just basic cash flow. She said she was having trouble, making ends meet in terms of
and how
cash
much
flow
money did you loan her?
$6,700.
Did you get a promissory note?
Yes, I did.
May I see the promissory note? Now, according to you, he did give you $6,700, but that was an investment in your business?
Yes. He asked me to sign a promissory note, which you have in front of you.
How did the money go? Look, you're skipping like a really important part, which is how does he give you $6,700?
He came to me and we signed a promissory note together.
Yeah, but why? Why did you ask him for $6,700?
Because Mr. Trella brought me to this egg roll idea, and I am a contract baker, a commercial kitchen wholesale. He had ties, or he had an interest in Six Flags, And at that time...
What do you mean an interest in...
An interest that he had a connection with,
Okay.
and he advised that possibly we could go and do a demo. I made all of that initial $6,600 was for the product and for the demos for that initial. We fed everybody at Six Flags in Agawam. Then we
For free?
For free. I did that. That was my end of the bargain. Mr. Trella's end of the bargain in this LLC was to make connections, set up venues, keep the sales going, and I was
What do you mean keep the sales going?
Well, he would introduce me to people that needed the product.
Did you guys ever sit down and hammer out a partnership agreement about whose job was what?
No, but if
Did you put any other money into the business?
I wrote out a check for her, Your Honor, and, for about $1,300.
Okay.
That went into, making the product
Right.
and
That has
buying
nothing
supplies.
to do with your lawsuit. You're not suing for that back.
Exactly.
That's okay.
And then I also have, a bunch of receipts that, but I never thought I would need them, so I don't have them all. But like I would buy $300 worth of egg roll wrappers, supplies, that sort of thing.
Was she also putting in money?
Yeah, well, yeah.
And nobody was
yeah.
keeping track of who was
Nobody
putting
was
in
keeping
what?
track of anything.
Does that sound like a smart way to do business?
No, but again, we were just like playing with it in the beginning, just to test it out. And if I could just make one thing clear, Your Honor, we did not feed everybody in Six Flags.
Oh, I can't imagine that you did.
We probably made several hundred egg rolls, but it was only for the regional director of Six Flags for food and beverage happened to be in the park one day, and they really liked the product. We did a taste testing, and then they ordered, I believe, 600 or 700 egg rolls after that taste testing, and that was
Okay.
it. We didn't feed everybody in Six
But
Flags.
was that on your nickel, or did they pay for that?
Well, that
Just
was on our nickel.
Okay.
It was a demo.
So now you tell me if in fact this money is to build up the business, okay? What happens to the business?
The business continued, and we at Six Flags went out, bust, and I had a lot of product sitting there. We then got an
What do you mean by
opportunity-
sitting there?
It was sitting in my freezer. It was not
Okay.
moving. So we found Costco. We went and did another large demo to the people that handle Costco. At that point, we decided we needed more money to buy product to get this thing going because they could have been huge, and we didn't have the money for that. And then we went for a loan, and that was going to be in 2009, and there was no loans given.
Okay.
So that's where the thing got squashed.
Okay.
And that's basically, it was not a loose corporation.
Did you make any payments after that?
I have the $3,000 I paid him back, which I don't even know I did that. This is my...
You don't know you did that?
I have no reason why, but he wanted money.
One reason why is because it's a personal loan and
That's
it's not
right,
a business
and-
loan.
and
That's
I
how you're paying back $3,000 makes it look that way.
I honored that, but I continued to pay.
And in fact, if it's in fact an investment in the business, like you're saying, why wouldn't the loan be to the business, to the Great American Egg Roll that was already a limited liability corporate? Why is it to you personally?
Because at this point, it was really, we were not talking enough to really talk about pulling together an LLC at that point. It was going sour.
Who's ever gone into business with a friend? You have?
Yes, sir.
Did you have a written agreement?
No, I didn't.
Would you ever do it again?
Not at all.
What happened?
The other party ended up not going forward with their part of the...
Did you lose money off of this thing?
I sure did.
Would you ever in a million years do it yourself?
No, sir.
Would you ever do it yourself?
No.
You're a smart kid going inside the courtroom.
Now, you want to show me that you paid him $3,000, but I don't see, what is it you're showing me?
I'm showing you that's my bookkeepers that was filed.
No, just
with
show me
my-
the check. I need a
Right
check.
here, I need all the, I have you.
What I want, I don't want all the checks. I just want the checks that prove the statement you just made in court under oath, which is I've paid him $3,000. That's what I want.
Okay.
According to you, she's paid back how much?
$2,500, Your Honor. And I have the 3 check stubs.
Can I see it? What, did you not bring me the right statements?
No, I brought
You want me to you're telling me that you paid check number 2454 to him in the amount of $250.
Yes.
But you don't have a copy of 2454, so I could see that you actually paid it to him.
No, I have it that it cleared the bank, and I
Well,
do-
that could be a check to your mortgage company. I don't know what it is. It could be a check to your sister. I need to see that it was for him. The fact that you have a piece of paper that says his name doesn't tell me that. It's a check that tells me you're a grown woman. You're a businesswoman. You know how this is done.
The bank statement is circled where the 250.
Are you listening to me? Do you seriously not understand what I am telling you? I need proof that he cashed a check. It's easy to do. Your statements apparently come with a microfiche copy of the checks. Bring me the correct statements, the ones that have the check numbers that you are trying to prove to me you paid to him. How hard is that? Now, according to her, there's 2 other checks where she paid you $250. Does that ring any bells?
It doesn't, Your Honor, but, you know, the only ones that I know.
Was there ever any other monies that she paid you as a result of sales or anything like that, or there was never any money made on the business?
No.
University of New Haven?
What's University of New Haven?
It was an event that I planned, and he took $250.
Oh, well, then I guess that's not paying back the loan, is it?
No, that
Then
is-
I guess that's just money that he was being paid because of the event. Okay, got it.
It was
Why is it 42? Oh, because it was 6,700. Okay. Based on everything I heard, I find in favor of the plaintiff in this case for the amount of the 4,200. It defies logic that you would sign for it personally, and it would be personally in your name if it was a business endeavor. You would never have signed personally to do that. That is just something, and it's very distasteful. You've already paid out $2,500 to him to pay back because you know that you owe that money. But then it becomes convenient for you to lie and say it was a business investment when you clearly didn't think that $2,500 ago. You were just paying that because you owed it. And then when you feel like you don't feel like paying it anymore, now you magically make up this excuse? That's awful. It's awful.
Your Honor, that's not the case.
$4,700, $4,200 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, the plaintiff has won this verdict, and the defendant comes out into the hallway here. What's your reaction to the outcome here?
Totally misrepresented everything, and let's just say he didn't tell the truth.
Haven't you ever heard the old axiom that business and pleasure don't mix?
That was not a pleasurable experience with Mr. Trella.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, right around the corner there, and sign your documents on the way out. You follow her, okay? And you come in here with me. What's your feeling on the outcome? You got everything you sued for?
Yeah, well, I'm just happy that she wasn't able to cloud the issue for the judge, and that the judge can.
You said it was going to be a open and shut case when you walked in, but it was anything but.
It was anything but. From my perspective, it pretty much was.
So how good are the egg rolls that she whips up?
They're actually very good.
Did you bring any with you here?
No, I'll send some. I'll put it on dry ice and send you some.
All right, over to Harvey.
I mean, here's the thing. It's not just about having an agreement about how the business is supposed to work. The real reason to have a written agreement is what happens if the business doesn't work? Who's responsible? Who gets what? It's so important, especially with friends, to have it all down in writing. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.